Debenture. What is debenture? What is the meaning of debenture? The debenture word comes from Latin term debere. It means to borrow, okay, to borrow money or something. This is debere. From this word, the word debenture came. A company may find it difficult to borrow large sums of money from a single lender. Therefore, it may split the sum into several units and offer the public to purchase these units called debentures. Okay, it is difficult for companies to to borrow large sums from a single lender. So what they will do is, if they have to borrow suppose 1000 rupees, then they will divide this sum into like 10 parts of 100 rupees each. Okay, and they will issue these as debentures. Okay, and we will buy these debenture certificates. He will pay this much amount and he will get the certificate from the company. Okay, so the debenture, it is a receipt or certificate of loan issued by a company to the holder of the debenture. Okay, it is an acknowledgement of debt. Okay, the company acknowledges the debt with the promise to return it. Okay, so this was the meaning of debenture. Now see the definition given in Companies Act. Section 2 clause 3 says debenture includes debenture stocks and bonds and any other securities of a company. Okay, debenture includes the debenture stock and bonds, whether constituting a charge on the company's assets or not. Whether the debenture is creating any charge on the company's assets or not, it will be a debenture. What are the contents of debenture? There are four main clauses in debenture. First, it contains the promise by company. The promise is to repay the principal amount on a fixed date, on a certain fixed date. Then the next main clause is that it contains the promise to pay the interest at a fixed rate. Okay, then the clause is about the charge on company's assets or not. Mainly there is charge on the company's assets. Even if there is no charge on the company's asset, then also it will be a debenture. It will be a valid debenture. And there is a provision also contained in the debenture which states that the debenture is issued subject to the conditions which are endorsed on it. Okay, if there are any conditions subject to which the debenture is issued, it is endorsed on the debenture certificate. What are the characteristics of debenture? There are 6 characteristics. First is, it is generally issued in series. Okay, there is a series of debentures, but there may be a single debenture also in case there is a sole lender. There is a single lender. If the money is taken from a single person, there may be a single debenture. Otherwise, there is a series of debentures. They are usually in the form of certificate issued under the seal of company. The debenture is an acknowledgement of indebtedness. The debenture generally creates charge on assets. Debenture creating no charge is also valid. The holder of the debenture is creditor of the company. He is not its member. The holder of debenture has no voting right at any meeting. So these were the characteristics of debenture. Now let's see the kinds of debentures. First are registered and bearer debentures. From the point of view of transferability of ownership, registered debentures are payable to registered holder. They are transferable in same manner as shares. Okay, these registered debentures, they are registered. Okay, they are payable only to the registered holder, and they can be transferred in the same manner as shares, like the shares are transferred after executing the deed. Okay, the bearer debentures, they are payable to the bearer. Okay, whoever is the holder of the debenture certificate, the debenture will be payable to him. They are transferable like negotiable instrument by mere delivery. The bearer debentures, they can be transferred by mere delivery from one person to another. There no need to execute documents or any deed. What are redeemable and redeemable debentures? Debentures are generally redeemable as they are issued on the terms that the company is bound to repay the amount at a fixed date or upon demand. If the company says that we will pay the amount, okay, we will repay the amount of the debenture at a fixed date, or if the demand is made for the payment, then it is called as redeemable debenture. It will be a redeemable or perpetual debenture if there is no time fixed to repay. If there is no time fixed to repay, in that condition it will be a redeemable debenture. The company may choose to pay anytime it likes. There is no fixed date. Okay, the company may choose to pay and at any time it likes. All debentures, redeemable or irredeemable, become payable in the event of winding up. Okay, in the event of winding up, whether the debenture is redeemable or irredeemable, it will be paid. Okay, it becomes payable. What are secured and unsecured debentures? Secured debentures are those in which, when secured by mortgage as charge on property of company. If the debenture is secured by charge on company, okay, the property as taken as a security, that's called secured debenture. If there is no property taken as security, then it is called unsecured or naked debenture. Okay, not so secured, contains mere promise to pay. There is only a promise to pay. There is no charge or security on the property or assets of the company. What are convertible debentures? If the debentures have option which entitles the holder to convert whole or part of his debt into shares. Okay, if the debenture contains any option, and through that option the holder of the debenture has the option to convert the whole his debt, whole debenture or a part of it into shares, then that debenture is called as convertible debenture. What are rights debenture? It is a recent trend when the offer of debenture is made to existing equity holders on right basis. These are called as rights debenture. They are given priority. Okay, like equity shareholders, existing equity shareholders, they are given the opportunity to buy the debentures, or the debenture holders, existing debenture holders are given option to apply for additional debenture holders. Okay, it's a recent trend. So these were the kind of debentures. Now let's see the difference between share and debenture. Share is a part of capital. Okay, and debentures, they constitute loan. They are loan. The holder of share is a member and he has voting rights. The holder of debenture, he is a creditor and not a member, and he does not have voting rights. The shareholder gets dividend out of the profit. The debenture holder is paid interest at a specified rate. Okay, the payment of dividend is dependent on profit. Okay, if there is profit, then the dividend will be paid, but if there is no profit, then no dividend can be paid. But in case of debenture, there is assured payment. It is not dependent on profit. Whether the company makes a profit or not, the debenture holder does not care. He will get his payment. Priority after debenture interest paid. Okay, the shareholder gets the payment only after the debenture holders get their interest. Okay, debenture holders have priority payment. Okay, they get the first payment. Shares creates no charge. Okay, there is no charge or security of any assets of the company, but the debenture generally creates charge. It creates charge on the property or assets of the company. The shares are normally not issued at discount, but there is no such type of restriction in case of debentures. The company cannot buy own shares. Okay, the company cannot buy its own shares, but the company can buy redeemable debentures. Okay, at the time of winding up, the priority of shares is after the debentures. Okay, the debentures holders have the priority for repayment of their loan. They get their loan first, and after the loan has been paid, then the number comes of shareholders. So these were debentures. Next we will see charge in next video.